Hello, assalamualaikum for myself. My name is Syed. I'm a 12-year student from Mahad School Online Academy, level 1 batch 7. This is my uh, live session with Maya. Um, and yeah, it's going to be about uh, why it's like why it's good to say no to some things. So, I'm kind of tired right now. That's why I kind of look like this, or feel like my voice is like this. But anyways, let's get started. So first of all, I'm just gonna go to Maya and share my screen as well. Hey
Hey,
Maya, hear me?
what should I call you?
You should call me Mahad. And uh, so basically, uh, I'm I'm basically gonna ask you some questions today because I'm pretty curious, and they're gonna be about why it's healthy or why it's good to say no to some things. And let's get started. And so first, my question would be, why do people struggle to say no even when they want to?
Hey, Mahad. It's a really good question. It's something almost everyone wrestles with. I think a lot of it comes down to this weird mix wanting to be liked and not wanting to rock the boat. People are genuinely afraid of disappointing others or damaging relationships, even when they're already stretched too thin. What do you think makes it so hard for people? Hmm. Sounds like you might be thinking something through. Take your time, no rush. Oh, sorry. Right. So saying yes too often, that's everything starts feeling frantic and nothing gets the attention it deserves. People get completely scattered and end up doing everything halfway. Then the energy thing, when you're like constantly drained from taking on too much, just running on fumes, creates this vicious cycle where you can keep saying yes out of obligation or guilt, even when every cell in your body is screaming, no, one more. How does that resonate with you?
Great. And uh, let me just tell you that I
Got
would
it.
like some longer explanations and questions so we can go deeper and deeper.
Definitely. That makes total sense. Let's dive deeper. I tend to get right to the point, but I can definitely expand more if that helps us get to the heart of things. So, you want me to explore the why behind things more thoroughly and give you more space to think through your own perspective?
I don't know what you meant by saying that in there, but I'm just gonna move on
Sorry,
to the next question. So, uh, why is saying no an important life skill?
that's a really solid question. It's about boundaries, right? Like saying no isn't just refusing something, it's actually creating space for what really matters to you. It shows you respect your own time, energy, and values. If you can't say no, you basically hand over control of your life to other people's expectations. It sounds simple, but it's honestly the foundation of having any agency over your own world. What's your take on that?
What did you say in that last part?
I said, saying no isn't just refusing something, it's creating space for what really matters to you. And that if you can't say no, you hand over control of your life to other people's expectations. It's about boundaries and respecting your own time and energy. Does that make sense? Hey, Mahan, just a heads up, our time is coming to an end in about a minute. this call has hit the 5-minute limit. You can always call back or we can continue this conversation later. Take care.
Guys, I'll have to basically pause for a second because I gotta basically log in right now. So I'm just gonna
Talk soon.
I'll have to log in. Hang on. You can skip this part. Basically, it's gonna be about 1 minute or something. It doesn't take so much.
Hey, Mahad. How's the day coming along so far? Ah, okay. That's super helpful to know you're recording for an audience and want things explained clearly. I could definitely do that. So, why is saying no such an important life skill? Hmm. It's kind of foundational, actually. I think a lot of it comes down to self-respect and boundaries. If you can say no, you're essentially telling yourself your own needs and feelings don't matter as much as someone else's. And over time, that can really erode your sense of self. You know, it's like constantly prioritizing everyone else's requests and slowly losing sight of what actually makes you. As, like that. Does that make sense as a starting point?
Alright, guys. Sorry, my mic was uh pretty much not connected. Mouse is even like he's really again he's pretty uh you know he does not say clearly. It's gonna stick to Maya.
Hey there, Mahad. I'm Maya.
Hey Maya, today I'm here with some new questions about the topic of like how like why it's harmful to not say no in your life, why it's good to sometimes say no to things, and that's gonna be the topic. Also, I'm gonna have to request you to give me long answers and explanations. So,
Okay,
and
that's
in easy language, simple language, so my large watching or even small watching audience will understand you, because I'm basically recording right now. And my first question would be, why is saying no an important life skill?
right. So, why saying no is actually a superpower in life? Think about it. When you can't say no, you end up scattering yourself a million directions. People ask for favors, colleagues pile on work, friends you to things when you're already stretched thin. If you say yes to everything, you're basically letting other people dictate your time and energy. What happens? You get resentful, stressed out, your own priorities get sidelined. It's the whole domino effect. Yes to them means no to yourself, no to what actually matters to you. When you can say no, you're actually protecting your energy. You're choosing to invest your time in things that are truly important to you so you can do a better job with those things. It's this weird thing where it actually makes people respect your time more when you have boundaries.
Uh, all right.
What do you think
Let's
about
move
that so
on to
far?
the. All right, that was good.
I hope,
Now my
well,
next question
it's
would
like,
be, how does saying no help you protect your priorities?
it's actually pretty straightforward once you think about it this way. Your time and energy are limited resources, right? Every time you say yes to something, you're automatically saying no to something else. The problem is, if you never actively choose what that no is, it just happens passively. No to your personal projects, no to your family time, no to just recharging. But when you say no to something you don't want, actually saying yes to the things you do want. So it's like reclaiming your schedule. Instead of constantly reacting to everyone else's demands, you get to be proactive about what actually deserves your attention. For example, let's say you're trying to finish a personal project you're really passionate about, but keep getting asked to help out with things at work that aren't actually your responsibility. Every time you say yes to those things, you're taking time away from what you actually care about, personal project. Saying no to the extra task means saying yes to your passions.
Okay, so let's move
Does
on.
that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And what's the difference between being kind and being a people pleaser?
Ooh, this is a good one. See, kindness comes from a place of genuine care and generosity. You want to help someone because you want to help them, not because you feel obligated. Kindness, it feels good to say yes when you do, and good to say no when you don't. It's balanced. People pleasing, though, that's usually rooted in fear. You're saying yes to avoid conflict, to get approval, or because you're afraid of what the other person will think if you say no. People pleaser often sacrifices their own needs because they're convinced that their worth depends on making everyone else happy. It's exhausting and actually kind of manipulative in a weird way because people pleaser isn't being authentic about their boundaries. Like genuine kindness is, I'd love to help, but I'm totally booked tonight. People pleasing is, sure, I'll drop everything for you, even though I have plans I can't move.
Okay,
Okay.
how can
Right with
saying
you?
no actually improve relationships?
Saying no actually makes relationships healthier. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Like you'd
Mm,
think saying yes to everything would keep people happy. what happens when you're always agreeing to things you don't want? You build up, you become unreliable because you've overcommitted, and then you end up delivering half-assed work that disappoints everyone anyway. When you set clear boundaries by saying no, sometimes you're actually being honest with the other person about what you can realistically offer. Honesty builds trust. They know they can count on your yeses when you give them, because they know you've made a genuine choice instead of being wishy-washy. It also creates more space for reflection when you're not constantly overwhelmed and drained. You actually have energy left to invest in meaningful relationships instead of just running yourself ragged.
Okay. Now why do
Are you recording
people
this?
feel guilt? Yeah, I'm recording. Why do people feel guilty when they refuse requests?
Okay, that guilt thing is super common. A lot of it comes from how we're raised. We're often taught to be polite and helpful, and refusing someone feels rude. There's also that whole idea that people are selfless. So saying no feels like you're being selfish. Underneath all that, there's usually play, fear of rejection, fear of disappointing people, or even this weird belief that you owe people something, even if you don't actually. The thing is, guilt is often just emotional feedback, but it's not always accurate. Like, if you're feeling guilty about saying no to something that's going to completely drain you, that guilt is actually trying to protect you from overcommitting and burning out. It's like your gut telling you something's not right, and maybe, just maybe, it's okay to trust that feeling instead of pushing through because of guilt.
Okay. Now my next question would
That
be how
guilt,
can setting boundaries increase self-respect?
this is huge actually. When you can say no and actually mean it, when you can protect your time and energy, it's like you're sending yourself this really powerful message. My needs matter. It stops you from feeling like you have to constantly jump through hoops to earn other people's approval because you've already given yourself approval. That's where the self-respect comes in. Think about it. Every time you respect your own boundaries, you're showing yourself that you deserve the same level of consideration that you'd give to anyone else. You're not just a doormat anymore. You're actually valuing your own worth and needs. You start to act differently too. Stand taller, speak clearer, and you stop apologizing for simply having preferences or priorities that are different from other people's.
What are polite ways to say no without offending others?
Okay, this is where it gets tricky, but totally doable. You can definitely be direct without being a jerk about it. Start with gratitude. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Or that sounds amazing. So they know you are being considered. Then the actual no part, keep it simple, firm, and concise. No long explanations or guilt trips. Instead of making up elaborate excuses, which people can see through anyway, you can say something like, I'm able to take that on right now, or my plate's pretty full these days, so I need to pass on that one. If you really want to soften it, add a genuine reason that isn't actually about them. I'm trying to prioritize family time right now, or I need to text some time for a personal project. The biggest trick is to not overapologize. People often interpret that as weakness or insecurity.
How can saying no reduce stress and burnout?
I'm not sure I get that clearly. Could you say it one more time?
I said like how can saying no reduce stress and burnout?
Oh, you're asking about preventing burnout. You start setting these boundaries and saying no. That's smart to think ahead. The key is pacing yourself. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with small stuff. Like, instead of completely cutting off all extra commitments, start with just one or two things you can realistically say no to without feeling overwhelmed. Also, remember that setting boundaries is actually energy saving in the long run, even though it feels uncomfortable at first. It's like working out. It's hard while you're doing it, but it makes you stronger afterward. And finally, be kind to yourself. You're gonna mess up sometimes. You're gonna feel guilty sometimes. That's okay. It's a new skill, so give yourself permission to learn as you go.
Okay. Now, why do successful
That
people
feel
say no more often?
because they that their time is their most valuable asset. Unsuccessful people think saying yes to everything gets them opportunity. But successful people have learned the opportunity cost of saying yes when you really need to be focusing elsewhere. Successful people have a better handle on what actually moves the needle. They're ruthless about protecting time for their priorities, whether that's launching a new product, writing a book, or simply focusing on their most profitable clients. There's also this thing where successful people are often working on ambitious things. They don't have room on their plate for every shiny object that comes along. Otherwise, nothing actually moves forward. Saying no becomes this way to focus and protect existing goals.
How can saying no help you focus on your goals?
That's right. People who have clear goals need to say no more often to protect. So when asked you to do something, ask yourself, does this actually move me closer to my goal? If the answer is even a maybe, you might want to reconsider. It's like having a destination and realizing that every detour takes you further from where you want to go.
What role does confidence play in refusing requests?
Confidence is everything, actually. It's the engine that drives your ability to say no without feeling bad about it. If you're wobbly and apologizing, making excuses, what you're really saying is, I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. Like, you need to justify taking care of yourself. But when you're confident in your boundaries, you can just state your decision clearly without all the fluff. It shows the other person you respect yourself enough to know when something's not a good fit. That confidence also comes with practice. The more you say no to things that don't align with your goals, the easier breakdowns. Like any skill, starting out it feels awkward, but confidence builds with every successful no that doesn't collapse the world around you.
Alright, how can you train yourself to say no without over-explaining?
Start small, seriously. Don't try to revolutionize your whole world overnight. Pick one little thing you can practice saying no to this week. Maybe a realistic social invite or a coworker who asks for small favors. Then rehearse what you're going to say. Write it down if you need to. Practice in front of the mirror if that helps. The idea is to have something prepared so you're not caught off guard when the moment comes. Then, when you actually have to say it calmly and firmly. No rambling apologies or over explanations. Just a simple, I can't right now. Or I'm not taking on anything extra. Then notice how you feel afterward. What feelings come up? How do you cope with them? Over time, you'll start building that no muscle, so to speak. The bigger yes and no opportunities that require more confidence will land easier. That sound.
Okay, and my last
Are
question
you
for
still?
today. Why is no sometimes more honest than a forced yes?
Because an enthusiastic yes when you're actually stretched too thin or resentful isn't genuine at all. It's a performance. Saying no might feel harder in the moment, but it's actually far more respectful to everyone involved, including the person you're saying it to. You're not giving them something you can't actually deliver. And that honest no might actually create space for someone who genuinely can say yes. So you're probably helping someone else more too. A fake yes make you seem that at first, but it'll probably let people down later. But that honest no is real. It builds trust, builds respect, and honestly, it's much easier to live with yourself when you're clear about what you want when you don't.
Okay, so that's it for today, Maya. I hope you liked talking with me. I'll meet you in the next time we talk. Till then, take care, even if you're an AI bot. So bye.
Take care, Mahad. Talk
Anyway, we'll send it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be guys in the next video. Make sure to like if you like this video. Subscribe for more videos like this. I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye and Allah. Goodbye, my guys.